Welcome to Everbloom Nursery, the premier grower of Gerber daisies. We have been in business since 1979, and we've been cultivating Gerber daisies since 1984. In fact, our family is one of the first in North America to cultivate the Gerber daisy. So I'm here in the greenhouse with my dad and president of Everbloom, Ed Van Wingerden, and he's going to give a little bit of history on how all of this came about.
I would not be standing here right now if it had not been for the insight that my father and his three brothers had back in the early 60s when they decided to immigrate to the United States. We had been in Holland, basically in the same place, for close to 350 years. And I think maybe that's why it was time to find another place to move to, and what better place than the land of freedom, the United States of America. We came to Carpinteria right away in 1967. Carpinteria is blessed with a beautiful microclimate right next to the ocean and basically situated in a very fertile valley in between the mountains and the ocean. I started Everbloom in 1979 growing Gypsophila, baby's breath, and then in 1987 put up the first greenhouses. We finished those by 1989 and currently have 15 acres under glass.
All right, let's meet the team that makes all the sales and shipping possible here at Everbloom. So here we have Jennifer, our shipping clerk. This is Gabby, our sales assistant. And over here we have Spring, our sales manager. And then tucked in the back office, we have the president of Everbloom.
All right, but let's face it, right here in the office is where it happens. These ladies make sure it's the right variety, the right color, and the right amount. So let's hear it for the girls.
There are a lot of moving parts here at Everbloom. Propagation, the cooler, maintenance, irrigation, and climate control. So Everbloom Nursery boasts one of the largest assortments of Gerber and mini Gerber in the world. We have about 250 Gerber varieties and about 75 mini Gerber varieties all under one glass roof. This is a rather large undertaking since each variety has its own specific needs and quirks. The man here responsible for maintaining all that is our head grower, Roberto.
Hi, my name is Roberto Vega. I was a first employee at Everbloom since 1979, and my responsibility here is take care of the Gerbers, the irrigation mix, the pesticides, the climate control, the heating control, the vents, and the anthuriums.
And those are only a few of the things that Roberto does at Everbloom. There are a lot of small details that are required to fine-tune this crop and make sure that every day it's as productive and healthy as possible. So one of Roberto's most important jobs in the greenhouse is pest control. Here, Gerber are no exception to the rule for monoculture. When you have acres of one type of crop, it is very common to have different insects that can become a problem in a matter of days. So what we do to mitigate that is we first have soft sprays, but more importantly, we have beneficial insects. The beneficial insects are a great tool because if they're managed correctly, they will actually mitigate the pests themselves. These Diglyphus bugs, for instance, will go out and hunt leaf miners. Roberto here has Persimilis, which will also go out and hunt down spider mites. Both of these pests can be rampantly huge issues, and in a matter of days can be controlled with beneficial insects. Everbloom is the only cut flower anthurium grower here in the mainland United States. That said, we're very small. We only have about 3/4 of an acre, but what we do have is a lot of choices and a very high quality bloom. Unlike Colombia and Hawaii, our crop is grown indoors. So as you can see behind me, we have a very high-tech greenhouse. We have our vents, we have a 2-curtain system, and then we also have a humidity control with a misting system. If you put all that together, you can expect much higher quality as well as a longer base life out of each stem. One thing we've developed at Everbloom that we're really proud about is our color matching system. So what it is we've designed some custom swatches that matches all of the product that we have here at Everbloom. So to give you an idea, I mean, it's quite a large palette of colors, but what makes this system so nice is that it's very quick to match a swatch to maybe a design or to a bridal dress. And so we have every single one of our products, all of our flowers represented on this chart. So for instance, behind me we have all these different anthurium, and each anthurium has its own representation on here. So if someone needed a light green or a pale yellow, which can be very confusing or similar at times, it'd be very easy to dial in exactly what the end consumer or end customer wants. We have both this chart printed in a hard copy as well as online. I recommend the printed copy because the colors are a little bit more accurate, where online, depending on your computer screen, the colors can be skewed ever so slightly. So we're hoping that this can be a useful tool for you and that it'll help you to sell more flowers and to get the right flower the first time. So along with having more varieties than anybody else, Everbloom also prides itself in having many different types of packaging. We have, of course, a traditional dry pack, but we also have quite a few different water packs. And then on top of that, our customers have more choice of variety and different combinations than anywhere else. So one of our longest standing ways of packaging is dry pack. It's a very simple pack. There's 2 cards of 35 stems, so a total of 70 stems per card. This is the most economical way to ship Gerber daisies. You don't have to ship water, so much more flowers per cube on the truck. And also the cost of packaging is lower. So one of our most popular types of packaging is the Gerb pack. What's great about this pack is it's packaged in water, but you save a lot of money on the freight because of this conical bucket. This bucket design has 5 different cards in it, and what's unique about it is with that conical shape you save a lot on freight. So we have 20 flowers in each card, 5 cards per Gerb pack, for a total of 100 stems. This not only displays really nicely, but it's very well protected in transport. So as you can see, this particular customer wanted mixed Gerbera. We can also do a solid pack as well as special order. Right here next to me we have a different type of pack. This is also a water pack. We call it our bucket box. The bucket box has a traditional percona with a punch out, as well as a really good way of packaging it so the flowers are protected. So as you can see, each flower has its own individual plastic cup as well as a plastic sleeve. And in this one we have 15 bunches of mini Gerbera, but more commonly it's 10 bunches of standard Gerbera, or 100 standard Gerbera in a box. Thank you for joining us on our short tour of Everbloom. We're very proud of our operation and we hope that the tour was useful for you. If you ever need to reach us, please feel free to call, email, Facebook message, Twitter. We are available to answer any questions and hope that we can send you flowers in the near future. So thank you again. We'll see you next time.